Personal Financial Builder, Training Part 1, Setting it all up. With Personal Financial Builder, you can reduce your total debt with ease, pay your mortgage faster, save thousands on total interest, pay your credit cards faster and sooner, know which debts to pay first, manage your monthly budget automatically, calculate your monthly budget with ease, manage all your creditors and providers, avoid missing payments, control all creditors' related documents, live a controlled and healthy financial life. Since we're always improving our products, it's perfectly possible that the screen varies a little bit. Try to understand the concept more than just get disoriented because a particular detail you see in this training is not identical to yours. First, set up the contact management area. Before we start our little adventure, it would be a good idea to hover your mouse on each and every button and icon to show their tooltips and learn as much as possible about their functionality. You should do this every time you enter a new area to have a general idea of the options available. First, click the Add Contact button to add a new contact record and enter as much data as possible of all your creditors, credit card providers, accountants, counselors, service provider, and anyone related directly or indirectly to your financial life. Even handymen and friends could be managed with this in this area, and you can have their information handy when the need arises. Click here to show the UDF, User-Defined Fields area below. If the fields provided in the left side, name, address, etc., are not enough for your needs, consider using the UDF, User-Defined Fields are right. You can change the label of the fields, right now with UDF1, UDF2, etc., just by typing on top of the current ones, or globally by going to the Setup area. Even a picture field is provided. Right-click with your mouse for options. Click the Add button to add a new document line. Then click the Import icon and select the file that you like to link to. Once the file path is imported, you can run it, whether it is PDF, Word doc, etc., using the Action button. Click here to show the Documents area. Second, set up the agenda and payment reminder. Click this button to access the agenda and payment reminder. In the agenda and payment reminder, you should enter all your payments. As always, be absolutely sure that you hover your mouse on each and every button and icon to learn their functionality. Click this button to add a new line to the agenda and payment reminder. Enter in the description field the description of the credit card, store card, debt, etc. Now enter the date you want to be warned, the alarm date, and the actual payment date. The alarm date should be at least 7 days before the actual payment date to give you enough time to make the payment on time. In order to trigger the alarm so the agenda icon becomes red in the main screen, it's a must that you enter a time in the alarm time field. You can classify your payment if you like. Finally, enter the recurrence of this payment, usually monthly, by checking the recurrent checkmark indicator and enter in the rest of the fields. Use 9999 in the times field if it is a credit or store card, since you don't know when you're gonna stop using them. Dates with payments will have a red star. You can navigate by using the buttons in this area or by clicking on the calendar date. Be sure to enter all your debts accurately before proceeding to the setup of the next area. In the agenda and payment reminder, you should enter all the debts that you want to be reminded, even if you don't intend to control those debts in the debt reduction analyzer area. For example, you would want to be reminded of your electricity bill, but most probably you won't include that in the debt reduction analyzers, since you don't get any advantage by paying more of your electric bill or pay it differently. Basically, you just want to be reminded. To exit, click the back icon. Third, setting up the budget center. Since the budget that you will later create will be linked to the contact on screen, be sure to add yourself as a contact here in the main screen before entering the budget center area. Click this button to add a new budget which will be linked to the current contact in the main screen. So be sure that you enter into the budget center from your own contact record in the main screen. Now, fill in the blanks to the best of your abilities, and when you finish, just click on the center chart to update it. Notice how your ratios for the different areas compare to the ideal ratios. Like for housing, we see that the ideal ratio is 30%, and in this example is 24.10. So actually it's good because the housing expense is lower than expected. Notice the net surplus field. This is the extra money that you have available to use in the debt reduction analyzer. Next section. As your monthly budget to pay for debts, you will use this amount plus other amounts in your budget, like the money set aside for credit cards, auto loans, personal loans, etc. in the housing group. What you add to your net surplus to become your monthly budget depends what debts you want to manage inside the debt reduction analyzer. For example, if you are not going to manage your car payments in the debt reduction analyzer, you will need to add that amount to the net surplus, and vice versa. You get the idea. To exit, click the back button. Click this button to enter the credit card analyzer and debt reduction analyzer. The credit card analyzer and debt reduction analyzer is probably the most important area of the program. Click the Add button to create a new empty record in the credit card analyzer and debt reduction analyzer. Enter here the creditor's name. Enter here the type of debt, like credit card, store card, car loan, etc. Enter here the account number, credit card number, loan number, etc. Enter here the details of the debt, for example, some special conditions. Enter here the next due date of the debt. Enter here the debt limit or the total amount of the loan, the credit card limit, for example. Enter here the debt minimum payment. Enter here the current amount due, must be equal or less than the limit. Enter here the percentage of the debt or loan. In case of dual percentages, like one for credit and one for cash, use the next to field for those. This field is very special. Enter here the due date of special offers. In this example, you see that the first debt had been duplicated by means of the duplicate button located at the top left, now highlighted with the red border. From time to time, you may receive offers from your creditors, especially credit cards and stores cards, with special conditions like zero interest for 6 months. In those cases, enter the last due date of the offer in this field. As you can see, the percentage rate of this line is 0, and the special due date is 6 months from the pay by date. The debt reduction analyzer has a special provision to treat these debts differently, to help you pay them in full on time, saving sometimes thousands in interest, and most importantly, without stress. Keep entering all your debts, loans, credit cards, stores, cars, car loans, etc. until all your recurring debts have been entered. Click here to go to the back main screen. Now, click this button to enter the loan amortization area. The Loan Amortization Center is an area that you will use occasionally to evaluate different loan scenarios, car loan, mortgages, etc., including accelerated mortgages that potentially can save you thousands of dollars in interest and reduce the total time to pay your mortgage. First, click the Add button to add a new record. Enter a description for this loan scenario here. Enter the basic data for your car loan, mortgage, etc., and you will see immediately the monthly payment. Click the Create Amortization Table button to display the payment table at the bottom. There are other options available to run alternate loan scenarios and evaluate how you can reduce your payment time and total interest paid. They will be explained in other videos. Click here to go back to the main screen. Finally, click this button to set up the one-click link to your bank, where you pay your debts electronically. Enter your username, login, and the URL of your bank website. Then click the Set Password button and enter your login password. Then, when you click the Go button, the website entered in the URL field will open in your browser. Also, the username and password will be copied to your Windows clipboard, ready to be pasted into the login fields in the website. You can use Ctrl-V to paste your login if you like. It is important to clarify that in no way your username or password are transmitted to anyone. They are just copied to your Windows clipboard when you click the Go button. While there are many more areas in this program, these are the essential ones you should set up before going to the second part of our training, where you will learn how to interact with all the data that you have entered now in the training part 1. And training part 1.